welcome back to my channel. I am so excited that you're here with me today for part 2 of my Halloween series. Today's look is this intergalactic space girl Halloween look. This is something that is super easy if you don't want to go out and get a huge costume and do this huge ordeal and spend loads of money. You can literally do this look, put on some space leggings you found at Walmart or on Amazon, or some black tights or whatever on your body, and a black top. Just dress however you want and just do this makeup, and 99% of what's on my face is from the drugstore, so it's super cheap and affordable, and it's also really cool looking. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I get this space girl intergalactic Halloween look, then please just keep on watching. I went ahead and did all my face makeup just to make sure this video isn't super long, so we're just going to dive into the eyes, and I'm using this white base color to set the primer on my lids from this Floral Values Wet n Wild palette. And then I'm going to go in with this NYX single purple eyeshadow. I will list all the names down below. And with just a fluffy crease brush, I'm taking a super light hand and just dusting this all over the crease, back and forth in windshield wiper motions, and then in circular motions just to concentrate the color a little bit closer, more closely to the outer edge of my eye. I'm just using this as a transition color, just a base, so that all my eyeshadows will flow. Back into that Wet n Wild palette, I'm taking this crease color on a MAC 217, and I'm going to focus that on the outer V. I'm going to really intensify it right on the outer edge of my eye, and then just kind of flick it into the crease. So just really letting it just kind of fade into the crease with that other purple shade. And I'm just going to repeat that step on the other eye. And then I'm just going to take this big fluffy brush from Morphe. This is a clean brush with nothing on it, and I'm just going to go over that color just to make sure that it doesn't look very harsh. I really want to make sure that this look is super blended, so that's all that I'm doing here. And then with this baked shadow from NYX, it's kind of like a duochrome purpley pink, on a flat synthetic shader brush, I'm just going to pack this onto the center of my lids. And then, just to make it a little bit more metallic looking, I'm going to take this L'Oreal Infallible shadow. Again, all the names will be listed down below. And just with my finger, I'm going to pat this on top of that NYX base shadow, baked shadow, excuse me, that I put on just a second ago, just again to intensify the metallic foiled look of the shadow that I already put on there. And then I'm just taking that 217, whatever's left on it, and I'm just going in and blending, making sure there's no harsh lines. And I dipped back into that transition shade on this fluffy brush, and I'm just going through and going over everything just to make it look really nice and smoky. And then back into that crease shade from that Wet n Wild palette, I'm going to take a little bullet crease pencil brush, and I'm just going to line my lower lash line, and then take whatever's left over from that transition brush that we used and just smoke it all out. Now I'm going to take this little glitter from Wet n Wild, and I'm going to put it on a little crease brush and just really pack it into my inner corner. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys, I was not a fan of these little glitters, I guess. They just really didn't do it for me. They were really hard to work with, but I'll explain more later. And then on a short shader brush, I just highlighted my brow bone with that Infallible shadow from earlier. And then with this palette from Wet n Wild, I will put the name of it down below. It's one of the Fantasy Makers. And a little cosmetic sponge, I took the purple shade, and I just set down a base kind of right where I would contour. I just really kind of pressed it into my face. This is honestly kind of, it sounds silly saying an artistic process, but it really is. There's no right and wrong. There's no, this is how you have to do it. You honestly just kind of wing it and play with it until you like it. And there I was just using my finger to smudge it out. And then I went over the purple with that pink shade just to kind of get a more magenta color, not exactly pink, not exactly purple, and just smudged it out with the cosmetic sponge and with my finger just until it faded and had the color effect that I wanted. Then I picked up that crease shade from the Wet n Wild palette on a big fluffy brush, and I basically just kind of went to town. I just put it all over my face. I put it on the outer edges of that paint that I did, and then I dragged it up across my temple and up towards the center of my forehead. And as you can see, I'm just kind of putting eyeshadow on my face. There's really nothing for me to say, this is how you do it, this is how you have to do it. You can just kind of watch me here and see I'm just kind of playing with it, and you can follow these steps if you like, or you can just kind of play with it like I did until you get what you like. I kind of was going for like a crescent moon shape on the outside of my face. Excuse my deer antlers, that's the only headband I could find. And then for lashes, I went ahead and put on my number 11s from Huda Beauty. These are the Sasha lashes. These were just super, super sassy, and I thought that they went perfectly with the look. And now I'm going to go into Blue Moon from the Anastasia Highlighting Glow Kit Moonchild. And I'm just taking a highlighting brush and I'm going over everything. I'm just dousing all of that work that I did on the side of my face with this blue metallic duochrome shade. And as you can see, it gives a really, really cool like intergalactic look, and that's what I was going for. And then I was just going back and forth between the purple shade and the pink shade. You just kind of play with it. There's really no exact science to this. And then I took Blue Moon again and I just highlighted my face normally on the opposite side. So the bridge of my nose, and then on my cheekbone, on the other side, and up around the outside of my brow, just as you would normally do. And now we're going to take these other two glitters from Wet n Wild, which will be listed down below, and I just stuck my fingertip in them, and I really was just kind of going for like mimicking the shape that I did on the other side of my eye, but just in a much smaller area of my face, kind of around my eye. This is where I really started hating these little glitters. Now, I know they're only 99 cents, and that's super cheap, but they're just really difficult to work with. If you can see, they go on super, super patchy, and when you try and kind of blend them out or push them together, they just kind of do the opposite of what you want. They're really hard to work with. If you can see right there, they just kind of pull around and drag around. I don't know if I'm applying them wrong, but I'm not a fan of these. Now, that doesn't go to say that they're not good or that somebody might not like them. You can definitely get them and try them out if you want to, but I totally would have skipped this step. I should have just like put highlighter on that side of my face in a crescent moon, but it ended up looking okay. I went in with my Coco Bling by Artist Couture, and I just kind of filled in all the sparseness that was going on with the glitter just to kind of make it glow, because there is a little bit of glitter effect in that highlighter, just to kind of fill everything in because it was looking so bad. So I really just did my best to kind of make it work. So if you do try this, I hope it works out for you. It didn't work out that well for me. I really had to work with it. This took me the longest out of everything. And then I took that Coco Bling and I just kind of outlined everything else. And then with this Gerard Cosmetics liquid lipstick, I will put the name down below. I just went ahead and put that on my lips. And then I took this glitter from this little $4 glitter sack from Walmart in the Halloween section, and I just coated my lips in the glitter. So while that Gerard Cosmetics liquid lipstick was still wet, I just dipped my finger in the glitter and I just packed it and packed it and packed it on there. I made sure to overline my lips and to add a nice thick layer so that it was super, super sticky. And as you can see there, I kind of go out of camera, but I just dabbed it on and I really liked the way it looked. And then I just took my All Nighter by Urban Decay setting spray, and that, you guys, is it. I really hope you guys like it. It's a fun look. It's not too hard. It's pretty easy. Let me know down below if you try it. I would love to see pictures. Please don't forget to celebrate yourselves, you guys. I hope you have a great Halloween, and I love you. Bye.